What's going on, guys? It's here, and I am your coach of the Rhode and Regis, and today we're here for our team recap for our season 1 recap for the IBL season 1. If you guys are excited for this, please leave a like down below, because your support for the Rhode and Regis and your support for the season 1 has been amazing. Like all throughout the season, for all the 11 weeks that we played, we have gotten so much support over and over again for this whole series, for this whole season, and you guys have been amazing. And thank you so much for all of the coaches that has been there since day 1, and for all the coaches that hopefully will become of the season 2. We don't know just yet. We don't know if there's going to be like another season for season 2, but all we know is that this whole project has been amazing. Me, Magic, and also like Celestial have been working really hard to make this happen, and it worked. It really did work. I'm so happy that you guys were here to be part of the Rhode and Regis as well as for the IBL. But this is going to be our season 1 recap, where we go through the team members that we have gone through, the team members that we traded out, the team members that done the best, and overall we picked the MVP of the entire season at the very end of this video. But first, I want to thank you all very much for letting us know that you guys have been there for us, for leaving a like down below, for watching the video, to showing all the support for all the other coaches as well. Also, if you guys did not know, we made it to the playoffs. We made it to the very first round of the playoffs, and we got knocked out. So that's why this team recap came up a little bit later on than we thought it was going to be, just because we did make it to the playoffs. We made it as the very last seed of our, not division, of our conference. That's the word. Of our conference, we made it to the very last spot. We snuck our way in. We were the complete underdogs throughout the entire next season, with having the worst, pretty much the worst draft of them all. We did have when we did the draft 11 weeks ago, we ended up, I think it was actually 12 weeks ago, we ended up like being told that we actually had we started the draft out really well, and then by draft number 6 it started just pummeled down. And you know what, we did what we could. We played with a brand new team that we're not used to, that we weren't really excited about using, but you know what, we did our best for what we had. And by the half of the season, we started to see what worked, see what was our win conditions, see how the team buildings really wanted to go in our way. And you know what, we did the best we could, and that's all we can ask for. And today we're going to just quickly go over the team as the way we drafted it. We drafted for the Rhode and Regis seat number 11, because that was our draft order. We got put in the almost last spot, which actually is not the best, but we drafted in order the Mega Altaria, Skarmory, Rotom-Wash, Ambipom, Terrakion, Ninetales, Skuntank, Roserade, Zatu, Regirock, and Phione. And in that draft order, by week 1, the Terrakion got traded off. Excuse me, got traded off for Keldeo, and I think around week number 4, we traded off the Zatu for the Claydol. For the mentions for the Terrakion, yes, the Terrakion was a really good pick in our part, but I had not much experience using Terrakion, and the first week that I brought it, it really brought me back, and it's like, do I really want this thing? Do I really need another the physical hitter? In that time, I didn't notice that I had such a special hitting mons, such as Roserade, Ninetales, Rotom-Wash, and Mega like Altaria. But then I kind of regretted it like afterwards when I switched into the Keldeo. The Keldeo was actually a really good pick for us, although it did in the way that our draft was looking, it made our draft a lot more weak to grass. But even though Terrakion was weak to grass no matter what, that was just fine for us. But it did increase our like electric weakness, so like a Volt Switch was really gonna hurt us, and a Thunderbolt was really gonna hurt us. And then And then we saw that, and then we saw that the Zatu was not really gonna do much for us. We did not want a magic bouncer, we wanted a spinner. So what's better than having a Claydol in the team? We did debate between like the Mesprit and the Claydol, but like overall the rapid spin was really helpful. Plus it's an explosion mon, a mon that can learn explosion, which really helped us out. So they gave us 3 possible exploding mons. And going through to like the schedule that we played the Tyrantrums week 1, and we absolutely lost that one. We played versus the Totodile week 2, we completely lost. We went up against the Cyndaquils, completely lost. So 3 straight losses in a row, and then we needed to kind of like pick up ourselves up and tried our best to come like forward. We already started the whole season up with 3 losses, so we were completely the bottom of the barrel. We could not do any worse. You know, we needed to pick up the wins, and then we faced the Mucha Lucha Halushas, one of the toughest teams in the format, with the Kyurem Black, with the Mega Manectric, with so many hard-hitting mons, with the Snorlax. We somehow managed to get a win, although it was a technical win just because we did win 2-1, because during the whole match we did not like notice that he forgot to bring the Slowbro. Well, that he didn't forgot that he like accidentally hit no on the Slowbro, so he was trying to put it in the very last spot, and he forgot to put like add it back in. So in the technicality, just because we did play the whole match through, I did win 2-1, but the Slowbro like might have actually won him the game in the long run. But the Halushas was a very good win for us. We needed that small kind of like advantage in our favor either way, and we needed to get that like that first win. We needed that first win, and during that whole time, for week 5, we were supposed to face the Chester Shinchows, but we got a forfeit. Well, they were not able to like battle us in the required time, so we took that win 3-0 as a forfeit. So that was another win like under our belt, and we needed that kind of like, we needed to ride that wave of momentum. We needed that. We needed to scoop up and try to keep on winning and win. And honestly, we were still in pretty much the last place either way. We were like almost last or like last place by the time we were doing this. Next, we rematched the Totodiles, and this time around we came prepared. We came to win. And by the way, like all this information will be down here, like on the side, to just like recap for you guys as well. Next, we went up. We won that one. I think it was a 2-0. I think that we won that against. Let me actually look that really quick. After week 5, I think it was, right? Week 6, we went up against the. No, that's not it. Week 5, we went up against the Chinchows. No, week 6 was the one when we went up against the Regis. It does not actually show week 6. We did not actually show it, no, but we did get that win. And then that brought us up to 3rd place overall with a 3-3 record. Week 7, we went up against the California Kingdoms, which were the replacements for the Washington Weaviles, I think it was. I don't remember exactly. I don't remember exactly the old team. Like the Weaviles left, and the California Kingdoms came in, coached by like Cool Pikachu. I was really nervous about this battle. But she did not bring the Swampert, and we were able to play a very strong switch game like versus her, and Keldeo proved itself to be so worth it. with that sacred sword, doing so much damage. And if you guys want to watch that battle, please, the links, all of the links will be down below. Like the whole playlist for the season 1's gonna be there. This was an amazing battle. We actually were able to power through her team with just switching and switching, and it made her really scared. We did some really strong plays. Like we predicted the roost, and it was it was such a really good battle. And that really kind of like we got like pumped up to like 4-3, trying to fight our way to get the second ranked spot, but we still are right there with the Tyrantrums at rank number 2 and 3, having the same record, but with the differentials that they have. They were at +14, we were at -1, so we were slowly making our way up there. By week 8, we ended up facing, I think it was week 8, we got another forfeit. The Great Lakes, the Greninjas, they had to give up like another like forfeit because of like schedules. So we were like managed to scoop up that win real quick. So we went from losing 3 in a row to winning 5 weeks in a row, which was amazing. We made our creep up the ladder. And then at week 9, we took our revenge on the Cyndaquils, and we rode that to lock down our spot for the playoffs. We won against a very, very stressful, I think it was 2-0 against the Cyndaquils. We rode the hype train, and we locked ourselves spot. We locked our spot in like in the playoffs with that win. We made it all the way from 3 losses to 6 wins in a row, which was amazing for us. We did not think we were gonna do that. Then since like we were locked on to like the playoff spot for week 10, we went up against the Lake Spirits, and you know what, we had fun with it. We lost, but we had fun with it, and that still made us go on to week 11 for the playoffs against, once again, for the 3rd match in a row against the Cyndaquils. And you know what, that's when we lost. And you know what, this is going to be the like the rest of the recap. So to go over the team that we did have, there's going to be like the timestamps as well. I'm so sorry for doing that. There's gonna be like a timestamp for every like Pokemon and what we did. So for the first off, Mega Altaria. Started off the team off with Mega Altaria, and this was one of the mons that, yes, it's one of the strongest. Like it's top of like the Mega list just because of how bulky it is, the movesets it gets, and like the Dragon and the Dragon Fairy like element to it is really, really well. But I did not like this mon at all. Mega Altaria, I keep seeing so many flaws with it. Maybe just because I see it through. It's like weakness to ice, and it's like weakness to fairy, and weakness to poison. Really hindered my gameplay very much so, especially with the teams that I had to go up against, and made a very it made really strong mons like the Metagross and the Scizor and the Mega Scizor and the Salamence to be really how can I say this, scary for some reason. It made them super scary, and the Dragouch as well made it super scary because a Sludge Wave was gonna wreck my team. A Bullet Punch really scared me out, and like all those really small like stab moves that really scared me made it so I did not want to bring like the Mega, but we did bring it 8 times out of the 9 that we played. Actually, we played a total of like 11 games. Actually, we played 9 games because we had 2 forfeits, and we brought it 8 out of 9 games that we actually did play, with the total kills of 5 kills and 7 deaths, with a differential of -2. With the kills, I thought that this thing was gonna get a lot more kills, to be quite honest. It was supposed to be a very like a tank for us as well, so it was supposed to like outlive a lot of stuff, but with hacks, with typing it made it kind of hard. So pretty much it died pretty much every time it came in every single game that like it came in with like 7 deaths. I think that one time we didn't even use it at all just because we didn't need to. But the Mega Altaria, I will probably like try to like pick it up again. Maybe the Mega Gardevoir might be a little bit better. Doesn't have such of a reliable like recovery, but it hits stronger than this thing. So much more stronger that no one wants to switch into a Hyper Voice. Plus the moveset might be a lot better for the Mega Gardevoir as well. I prefer to just have a regular Dragon type and a regular Fairy type. In my opinion, it might be a little better. It's less bulky, but the special defense is so much better. The speed is so much better, and it's just the speed for this thing, base 80 speed. I did not like it, but you know what? That's not here or there. Mega Altaria, I'll give it like a B minus in the rating for our Mega. Just in my own thoughts, it was like a B minus during the season. I could have learned to use it better. It does have a really good move pool, but I personally like it. I prefer either the Mega Blastoise or something like that. I don't know. It's just me. It's just me. Next we picked up from the tier A. We picked up Skarmory as our second draft pick. Skarmory was such a, how can I say this? The first 3 weeks I was so scared to use a Skarmory just because everyone expected me to bring Skarmory. And in week 1 we did bring it and it got bodied. Week 2 we didn't. Week 2 and 3 we did not bring it. And I think week 2, 3, and 4 we did not bring it. And honestly, I regret not bringing Skarmory because Skarmory was such a reliable wall. After I figured out, I think it was week 6 that we finally learned how to use it. Skarmory actually became a really good help overall. We brought it I think the last 5 games of the season, and it did wonders. It walled every physical hitting mon there ever was. It set up rocks. It had Whirlwind. The Braver was really helpful. I never used like Iron Head because I didn't think it was really helpful, but Braver was a lot more helpful than ever. It had Toxic 1 point, I think it was. The main like moveset that I used was either Defog, Roost, Brave Bird, and Stuff Rocks and Spikes, because that's all it needed to do. It needed to tank a hit. Either it was Rocky Helmet or the leftover set. Honestly, it did what it needed to do, since we can only bring 1 item of each into the season in each mon. So we decided either the Rocky Helmet plus Roost equals every physical mon that you have that's not a fire type. We rack him. You kill yourself when you hit this thing. So I'm very mad at myself that I drafted this thing and did not try to use it to like its like fullest. But we understand why it's a tier A, because it is a really nice like bulky mon that has roost and everything. So we know why this thing is good. I might like draft it again just because it's actually really that good, and I wish to use it a lot like better. We brought it a total of like 5 times during the whole season. We killed 3 things with this thing, and we died 3 times. So 3 out of 5, not bad. 3 out of 5, with a differential of 0, which I think it's actually one other mon has the same like differential. But you know what? Skarmory, I will have to give it a B+. As a grading, I will have to give it a B+. I love this thing. This thing really made me love Skarmory. It made me hate it to go up against it. I can see the frustration when people was like, alright, can you stop roosting? Can you stop stalling me out? You're gonna win either way. Just let me kill myself. You know what? It's fine. This thing was actually really helpful. I should have used it a lot better. But Skarmory, great amount to pick up. I don't think probably Ferrothorn I might have wanted to pick up, but then I am 4 times weak to fire, weak to ground. Skarmory let me switch into like a possible like AQ. It was my number 1 like answer to the drill. My number 1 answer to Metagross. It was really good. I absolutely love this thing. I wish I can use it more, but our season's over. Next, for our third pick, we're gonna have the Rotom-Wash. I'm saying you right now, this thing was meant to die, because that's all it did. It took a hit, it did what it needed to do, and it died. That's absolutely 100% what this thing does. Rotom-Wash, I wish I could have used a little bit better. I wish I would have known like more of like the different sets. I play a lot with the leftovers, like the Assault Vest version, just to take up another hit. With the Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave, I never used like Pain Split. I didn't know how to use it, so I'm not the best of like battles, but we brought it all 9 times that all 9 games that we did. We brought this thing every single time, which is the only mon that we brought every single 9 times that we brought it, which is weird. We brought it just because it does have like the Volt Switch, which is really helpful in this kind of format. Does has the like the Willow for like any physical hitting mons. We can just like use like the Willow to just like hinder it down. The Thunder Wave to slow things down. Like Hydro Pump really was clutch. It does has some good of the move pools, plus its only weakness I think is to grass, so it made it really well for our core. It killed a whopping 1 mon a whopping 1 kill the entire season, plus it died 8 times. Pretty much every single time that it came in, it died. With a differential of the -7. I honestly wish I had a like a better water typing, probably Milotic, probably Vaporeon, which all got drafted out. Maybe Suicune I would have liked as well, but I passed it off for the Rotom-Wash because of the pivot it did have. But it would have been way better to have either the Vaporeon or the Milotic as kind of like a bulky water, or probably the Gastrodon for more of a wall, plus only having like the one weakness to grass. The only good thing is that it was a like another ground like immunity, but I don't know. I prefer like a different version of the Rotom. Probably like the Rotom Fan or like Rotom Mo would have been really better. The Rotom Heat maybe. I don't know, but that's not a hitter. For Rotom, I give him like another B-. It goes in the same as the Mega, but it did what it did what it needed to do. It wasn't that great in my opinion. It wasn't that great. It wasn't a mon that I really wanted, but I tried it out. It worked. It did what it needed to do, but not really my cup of tea. It's not really what I wanted. I would not want to use it again. It's really good, but it doesn't have a reliable on-lane recovery, which sucks. It only has like Pain Split, so it works. Next we have my boy, look ma, no hands, the Ambipom, the tier C mon that I wanted so badly. I was hoping at least by round 4 it would still been around. Nobody wanted this thing. I don't know why. I love Ambipom. Ambipom I wanted in the very like the first season that we had for like IBL. Like the one that never finished, and that Celestial Light had him. I wanted Ambipom so bad. Ambipom is such a good mon that it's completely underrated just because of his base 100 attack. Base 100 attack is not the absolute best, but it's there. It does what it does. The Technician on the fake out on the double hit does more than return. I have done the damage. Return does not do as much, and a phone's going off. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I just got a call to help out somebody real quick, and I need to help him out. Alright, so Ambipom, as we were talking about Ambipom. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. Like Ambipom brought 7 times out of the 9 an amazing mon, a whopping humongous 12 kills, which is the best in the entire team. 12 kills and 4 deaths the entire time, with a differential of 8. This thing was a late game sweeper. I hindered everybody down as much as I could. Tried to do my best to just win them with rocks, spikes, hazards, and just with such a speed of 115, this thing either low kick, fake out, knock off, ice punch, fire punch, any kind of punch, any kind of kicks would destroy every single thing that would come in. Honestly, I absolutely love Ambipom. Ambipom is A+ in my tier. I don't care. This is possibly one of the best mons I have ever drafted. Besides like the Manaphy, because God, Manaphy's so good. But it got banned this time around, so of course. But like Ambipom, really good. I wish that I would. What games did I did not bring it to 2 games. I don't know why. Why didn't I bring it to 2 games? I don't remember. I cannot remember. But we did play 9. I don't know why I went for 2 games. I think it didn't kill something, or like it didn't do enough to certain mons after the soft rocks that it wasn't worth it. But I don't know. The fake out pressure is way too good. Next for the next mon, we have Terrakion. Terrakion, which we switched with the Keldeo, which we're gonna talk about the Keldeo right after this. The Terrakion we switched after week 1. It came in 1 time, died 1 time. The berry to like to reduce like the fighting stab. The obliterated me. I wasn't sure how to beat like the Tyranids in the first week, and you know what, we switched it out to Keldeo, and Keldeo actually was brought 4 times out of the 8 times that we had him. I think it came in 4 times, killed 5 things, and only died twice, so a differential of 3. And honestly, Keldeo I absolutely love. Has Scald, has Hydro Pump, has Secret Sword, which hits on the physical side using that amazing, I think 125 special attack. So good, so good. Nice and stab. Honestly, I either use the Specs, Life Orb, or E-Belt. Really good mon. I absolutely loved it. I wish I could use it a little bit better. I did not know how to use it at all in the beginning, but you know what? Going into the weeks, I think that the Keldeo became really like prevalent of a threat, and people were trying to kind of like counter the Keldeo with, especially with a team that's so weak to electro type moves. It's kind of ridiculous. But for Keldeo, I don't really have much to say just because I didn't really use it as much. I will grade it probably B. It was a good and hard hitting mon that in 1 week it did really good, but in all the other weeks I'm just like, do I really need a Keldeo, or can just like Ambipom and like the rest of the squad can take care of it? That's pretty much how I thought. So it was a nice and solid B. For Keldeo, I'm sorry I did not have much of an like an option. When I traded the Terrakion, I did want another like fighting type. I did not want Infernape. I didn't want, and like the only other monster were there were the Thunderous Altaria, which actually in hindsight would have been a lot better to pick up, but in that time I only saw the same like the fighting that I needed just in case to kill any really bulky like fighting types, which I didn't have a fighting type during that time. So that's why I went for Keldeo. So unfortunately, next for our 6th round pick, we picked up Ninetales from tier C. Ninetales, we needed a fire immunity to kind of like back up the Skarmory, and then realizing that, you know, we already have Rotom-Wash and we already have the Mega Altaria. We didn't need Ninetales. We could have picked up something else. The Ninetales was there just, you know, for the sun. And also the Flash Fire gave us an immunity plus a +1 in plus the +1 in the special attack. So honestly it was actually really good thought process behind it. But Ninetales base 100 speed, base 100 special defense, only 80 special attack. That's really boggles my mind. If I really think, if I'm right, I think it was only 80 special attack. Plus in the sun it makes sense why it's only 80, but either way, it's just Ninetales was not what I really wanted. But I picked it up. I got frightened like during the draft picks, and honestly wish I would either picked up the Embor or the Delphox as our fire mon, because even the Delphox I think it's like 104 speed, which is amazing. I think it's around the time. I don't really know right now. I'm not really in the mindset, but the Ninetales got brought in 3 times, got 0 kills, and died twice. So it's a differential of -2. Unfortunately, it wasn't that great of a mon. It really wasn't. It wasn't that great of a mon. Probably I'll give it like a D- just because I didn't do much with it. I didn't think that we were gonna need it. When I thought that it was gonna do some work, it died. Whenever I thought it was gonna do a lot of work, it completely got like walled out. So you know what? The Ninetales is something that I wish I would have changed, but I already used up 2 of my trades. But you know what? That's fine. The Ninetales is gonna just be part of the Rhode and Regis for the time being. Unfortunately, hopefully, once it gets the new typing, it might be better. So we will try that. Next, we're gonna go all the way to the D tier, which we picked up the Skuntank. Elvis the Skuntank. Oh my God, Elvis the Skuntank. I wish I would have known how to use it a lot better. Skuntank was actually like a mon that I had some. I saw how like people use it, and you know what? I really liked it. Plus, it had explosion, it had the sucker punch, it has crunch, it has the poison jab, you have flamethrower. You can run it mix set. It was really good. Unfortunately, I only brought it 4 out of the 9 times, and it did alright. It did pretty good. It did get like 1 explosion for the entire series against the whatchamacallit, the Electros. It did get like the one like explosion that I did want to get during the season. It killed 3 mons and died 4 times, so every time that I brought it in, it would die, and it has a whopping -1 in the differential. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna ever going to like pick this thing up ever again, just because it did good. It gave us like immunity, but didn't really like it. I did not think it was that great. I maybe try to pick up another like poison type to take care of all of the fairy types, but you know what? He was there. I love the shiny form, so that's why I can say probably a C+ on the ratings. It did what it needed to do, but it didn't do it well enough. That's why it's in D tier. But you know what? That's fine. Next, for our free picks, we picked up the Roserade. Megusta the Roserade was one of my favorite Pokemon to pick up during this series. I did not think it was gonna do that great. This whole season, I'm like, alright, we have a grass and poison type. What can we do with this? And you know what? I did not notice the whopping special attack in this thing, the whopping like special defense in this. Like, the speed, 95 base speed is ridiculous in this tier, in this like format, because a lot of things are normally from like 90 below, and the things that are really fast you can't really like outspeed. But Roserade hits so dang hard and can tank at least 1 hit from everything. Even though on the physical side it's really weak, on the special defensive side, Megusta can take probably 1 Psychic and hit back with a Slush Bomb, or like a Giga Drain, or like a Sleep Powder, or like something. It can hit back really hard, and I absolutely love this thing. It came in a whopping, where's my notes? It came in 6 times. Came in 6 times for the entire series. Killed 3 things, but for most of the time it just kind of like set up to do stuff, and died every time it came in. It died a whopping 6 times as well, with a differential of -3. Honestly, I give this thing a nice B grade, because this thing did what it needed to do. Is it set up spikes, it kind of like windowed down, it set up the T-spikes. I finally got the chance to use T-spikes. I'm like, yes, this thing does what it needs to do. The T-spikes, I think that's how it picked up like 2 kills from doing that, which was really awesome. But the Roserade was kind of a Death Fodder mon, but I absolutely love Megusta. Megusta looks amazing. I absolutely love this thing. This is like top 3 of my picks during my entire draft. Top 3, no matter what. For our 9th pick, we picked up the Xatu, which was a D tier mon, and the Xatu, I never brought it. I have no grade for this thing. It was there for the fear of the magic bounce, but a knockoff going to kill me no matter what. It's pretty speedy, but I honestly, I don't know how people use this thing. I don't know. And so I traded this thing off to get a Claydol. Claydol got no kills the entire season. They didn't need to get a kill the entire season. You know why? Because Claydol was there for spinning, stealth rocks, explosion, and some kind of stab. That's all I needed to do. And the Claydol did an amazing job. It came in 3 times and died 3 times with a differential of -3. But all it did what it needed to do. It stopped the like the volt switch. It stopped the thunderbolt. It spun stuff away. It hit some stuff really hard, and it can take a hit on the spectral side, which was really clutch. It can take a hit from the physical side as well. I think it's like 105. It's a really weird number for like the Claydol, but for the special defense, I think it was like 120, which is really good. Base like 70, pretty decent in speed, kinda not really. But like honestly, Claydol was a great trade. We needed a spinner, and we got a spinner. We have, I think, 2 defoggers, but the spinner made it so much more clutch, especially on games that we needed the rocks to be gone, so our big hitters can just come in and sweep. Really helped out. Next to our number 10 spot was the mascot of the entire team, the Regirock. Big boy man, the Regirock, absolutely obliterated stuff. It came in 3 times, killed 3 things, and died 3 times. So every time it came in, it would die. Of course, it's a Regirock. It's supposed to be a wall. It doesn't have a reliable recovery. This has like drain punch, which is not really that great. With the base 100 in the attack, it's really good. But with the 50 speed, you're gonna take a hit no matter what. And every time that he took a hit, he would go either below half or anything. He tanked a couple of hits with that base 200 defense, which was incredible. Put the 252 in the defense. It made his defense skyrocket so dang high. It was ridiculous. We never got to explode on people because we were fearing the protect on. I think on one of them we were scared of the protect, so we did not explode in their face. But the Regirock was here to just put up rocks and scare things away. Probably thunder wave stuff. Ice punch, stuff that have that has a 4-time weakness. It came in clutch. Regirock, every time I brought it, I think I only brought it against the Cyndaquils the entire time. So the 3 games that it did come through, it was against the Cyndaquils because it does take a hit from her Metagross. It does take a hit from her Hunchcroak as well, so this made it kind of a really good mon to use as well. But the Regirock was an amazing draft. I'll probably C+. It did what it needed to do. It did the stealth rocks. It put off the thunder wave. I wanted to bring a jank set, but I never got the opportunity to bring it either way, so I'm really sorry, Regirock. And last but not least, we have Phione, the little baby Phione, baby Bubbles was here just as a joke for a tier E. I got so much heat from everybody for picking up Phione, but it was honestly just a statement that even though you have a baby Manaphy in your team, doesn't mean you're going to lose. And everybody was just hating on me because I brought the Phione, but honestly, it's cute. It did what I needed to do. I was very surprised that a U-turn on a Choice Scarf Phione did, I think, 35% to 45% to a Raikou. So mind blown. If it wasn't so dang frail, I might have brought it into another battle, but it only came in once. It died once, so it does have a -1 in in the differential, but it's a lot less than the -7 on the Rotom, the -3 on the Claydol, the -2 on the Ninetales. Did absolutely nothing in the entire series. So, Phione, if they would unban Manaphy, that would be a Manaphy right there. I don't care. I probably would trade out my like my Rotom-Wash and do something else with it, but it's there. It did what it needed to do. It had a really decent move forward. It wasn't that great, but there's not much to say about Phione. It's a Phione. Come on, guys. Base 80 all throughout. It's not really that great, but for MVP for the entire series, the entire season, for all 11 weeks, has to be the Ambipom. Look, man, no hands. Did the work. Did base 100 attack. Not that great, but it did what it needed to do. It was a great on the pivot side. It was great for the knockoffs, the U-turns, the low kicks, ice punch, fire punch, fake out. It did such a great job. I wish I could have done it again. If I can, if like for next season I can, like franchise, like someone, it will probably have to be the Ambipom, to be quite honest, just because I am used to how to play with it, and even though it's frail, I do have some tricks I do want to do with him. So hopefully in like the season 2 we might have a new logo. We will still be the Rhode and Regis 100%. We will absolutely be the Rhode and Regis, but we might, you know, have a new brand for it. I don't know just yet. But if you guys enjoyed this really long team recap, I'm sorry for making it really long, but this is an overall like recap of the entire team and each of the members in the team. If you guys want to show your support for your Rhode and Regis, please leave a like down below. In the next season, we're gonna try our best to make it to the playoffs again and hopefully win. Our whole plan was just to make it to the playoffs, to shut people up. Even though we do have Phione, we made it to the playoffs. We didn't make it far, but we made it to the playoffs. So top 6 teams in the entire league, half of us made it to the playoffs, and I was the very last one, the underdogs. And we'll catch you guys next time. Remember to support your Rhode and Regis for our next season, and when the Sun and Moon comes out, hopefully we do a lot better. But on that, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Stay nerdy, guys. Stay awesome, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace.